My friend confess his feelings because I refused to do it first. So it's going to be a long love story, and I talk too much, and English is not my first language, this is just for warning. So I and my friend, let's call him Andy, we're friends since last May, we are in the same uni, except I live in a residence and he with his family, it's the normal to live with your parents in our country. The first time we met was last year because we both likes anime, we joined the same group of people and we met there, we actually met later a few times, but we are from conservative country, and we are conservative ourselves so we didn't talk that much except if we were with the group. I since 18 and especially last year had a bad depression and anxiety and never went to the specialists because my parents didn't believe in mental issues, so I went behind their back and they discovered and scolded me, so I cut my medication and visits and my situation got worse over the time. I started venting out for anyone but it was not healthy at all. I got Andy's Instagram account and started sending him some reels and vent out to him a little, and he with the time started venting to me. Andy one day saw me very depressed and tried to find something to cheer me up but couldn't, but he finally got the urge to ask me for a walk around on the street because we live close to each other. That was before an important event that our group was planning to do, so we discussed everything about it and I finally found someone who just let me speak and really listens to every single word I said and let me finish without even judging me. It was beautiful friendship and we started going out more frequently. Even when I don't want to eat, he comes to me with some of his mom's cooking and make me eat it. He made me feel lovable and worthy again. He made me even feel and my inside and outside beauty, and we instantly became best friends. He always tells me that I change him for the better, made him feel worthy and makes his smile larger. I made a man from a boy, who respects his parents, who works harder, who studied more than ever. As I said, we are conservative and actually didn't believe in love before marriage, so we denied any feelings because of that. We went on walks regularly and started doing a lot of funny activities and buy gifts for each other. One of our activities is to each one of us chooses one of the other family members and bring their favorite snakes and eat them while watching anime and enjoy our day before I get to go back home the same day to my home, with my family. All of these were hidden from our parents and friends because it's not much acceptable in our culture. Two of his siblings saw us together and told his mom and she yelled at him, but after a while he started talking with me in his home frequently and tell his mom about me, but not that much. His mom actually started to love me and asks about me every day and makes her son deliver me a portion of food she made me. Fast forward to September 4th, I had a hard exam and he waited for me while studying in a cafe. I got some of my graduation stuff and was so excited, so I texted him on Messenger with a word that we use it in our mother language and it's not familiar in informal talk, so I laughed and said, "Haha, I love that word." He then replied, "Me too." I said, "The word or who said it?" and was expecting him to laugh as always because we jokes around like this a lot, but his reply was, "The word and who said it." So I froze a minute and then said, "So do I consider this as confessing or what?" He then replied, like a sis, like a sis." Then I said, "So when I caught you, you remembered that you are a man?" Then he said, "It is a confessing." I then told him I'll answer him when I see him at the cafe, and I confessed to him that I also love him. I couldn't say it out loud like him, so I look around and when no one was watching I gave him a kiss on the cheeks and he looked shy for the first time, and we completed our day without studying for our next exam and were just try to say any word without blushing and smiling. We almost fail our exams but were too happy to even bother by it. The very following Thursday we were studying alone in a cafe and had a huge problem and were crying too hard and I blamed myself and he blamed himself. We both passed out few times that day and our heartbeats were over the normal range most of the day. We failed our entire courses that we had to exam that day and almost day of the shame, even if no one saw what we did and it was just a kiss, but for our beliefs are against it and we are a huge believers and couldn't handle it. We then decided we will forgive each other and forget about it. He then told me that the reason he started loving me is that he saw my phone one day and knew that I loved him and waited till he confesses because I don't want my heart or his heart to be broken. So he since then reminded me that I loved him first, but I told him that he confess first, so I'm the winner in this case. Now we are on the break before the first semester started and texting every day and build our dreams together. Hope in 3 to 4 years I came for an update on my story. Wish me good luck please. If anyone is interested, I'll post some of our activities and a little story behind it. Feel free to ask any question and I'll answer it. You also could make any advice. CYA all, and thanks for reading my long. Next story 2. My girlfriend cheated on me in my face. My girlfriend and I have been in a relationship for 4 years and have been living together in a rented apartment for 2 years. Yesterday she and I went to a party. There we both drank alcohol and had fun, At the party there was a guy who from time to time approached a random woman and asked them, "Can you give me a kiss on the cheek?" So that at the last second the guy moved his face, causing his lips to collide with those of the girl he asked before. I warned my girlfriend about that guy, and she could even see it with her own eyes, and I told her to be careful if he approaches her and asks for the same thing, because there were also several girls who refused and he simply did not insist. A couple of hours later I was with my girlfriend and that guy comes up and asks my partner the same thing. She takes me aside to have a quick talk and tells me that nothing will happen, that if he tries she will move back herself so they don't kiss. I told her that I did not agree with this at all and that I felt very uncomfortable, and that I would not take responsibility if she ended up doing it. She ignored what I said and ended up accepting. I don't know why, but I wasn't surprised when she didn't back away like she said and ended up kissing him. She then looked at me and got uncomfortable, then the boy went the other way to continue with his fun. I wasn't mad at him, I was mad at her. I just turned around and went to our apartment. She followed me even though I didn't tell her to do so, saying that she didn't have time to react and that it wasn't her fault. Since we were in a public place I didn't want to make a scene. So I waited until we got home. Once at home I told her that yes, it was entirely her fault. She saw how the guy did that with other women and I even warned her that this could happen and she still did it. She said that the alcohol made her act reckless. I told her not to come out with her shitty excuses, that she was fully aware of what happened and that this was pure infidelity to my damn face. At this moment she went to visit her sister because today is her birthday. I told her that I would not go and I told her explicitly that I want to reevaluate our relationship. If she is going to use alcohol as an excuse for her infidelities then I can't trust her anymore. If she does that to my face I don't want to imagine what she would do when she is with her friends. Before leaving she begged me not to exaggerate, that I can't throw away 4 years for a non-consensual kiss. I told her that the moment she agreed to play that boy's game she was already giving her consent to what could pass. She is already an adult and I expected her to act according to her age. The more time passes, the more I want to tell her to go to hell. The rent contract ends at the end of the year, but I was thinking of using a part of our savings to pay the rest and end it prematurely. I don't want to be with someone who can grab, kiss the first idiot I meet at a party and wait for me to accept it without problems. On the other hand, it makes me quite sad to have to leave the relationship, but forgiving a lack of respect of this magnitude is opening the door to more things like this happening in the future. My younger sister and my parents agree with me, but my older brother, who is the closest person to me in the family, thinks it can be solved. I really don't know what to do. Comment. Your girlfriend seems weird. She knows what this guy is doing, knows how you feel, convinces you that it won't happen, then she lets it happen, then tries to minimize your feelings about it and then tries to blame alcohol. Dude, I'm sure it'll be real sad to lose a 4-year relationship, but it'll be even more sad if you try to force yourself to stay with someone like this. You've also already told your entire family about what happened. They're not going to forgive her for it. The only conclusion I can come to is that she was trying to see how you'd react. Whether that's BC she enjoys manipulating people or because she's feeling insecure, I don't know. Either way it's just weird. I can't really tell you what to do. I'd honestly suggest weighing the pros and cons. Can you ever look at her the same? What if this behavior continues? Are you more sad to lose her or the relationship? How do you feel about her as a person? What are the good and bad things about your relationship? I hope it works out for you, honestly. That's what I'm saying, dude. Like, she went out of her way to say that she was gonna do it but not let the kiss happen, then she intentionally kissed him anyways, lol. She's a fucking weirdo and honestly seems like a bully. Like, here, let me just rub your nose in shit, the very shit you said made you uncomfortable. Then after I do that I'm gonna blame it on the alcohol, and tell you that you're overreacting. She had that liquid courage and didn't give a fuck about up. She probably thought the guy was cute, wanted to get attention and kiss him. Then quickly in her mind made up that she would say it was an accident and could easily pull this off in her head, when in reality she's a dumbass and couldn't pull it off at all. I agree with the whole sentiment that the guy doing it was a douchebag, and people should have told him to stop, or whoever was hosting the party should have been like, hey dude, stop being a fucking desperate weirdo by trying to kiss all these girls without their permission. What does the be attractive thing mean? Is it just pointing out that attractive men can do things with women that unattractive men can't? Isn't that just biology and evolution? The guy was a douchebag for not asking permission. But if he had asked permission, and somehow all the women still said yes, there wouldn't be anything wrong with the situation other than that the guy is fucking annoying and desperate. This kind of idiotic behavior is a catch-22, there is no way to react to it that ends with a positive result. If you accept this level of disrespect, all you have taught your partner is that you will accept disrespect and blatant lies, and if you don't accept this blatant manipulation, then the relationship ends. The only explanation that makes any sense here is that your GF wanted to change the dynamic of your relationship, and she thought you would accept that new dynamic in which she gets to act however she wants, including disrespecting you right in front of your face. She sounds incredibly immature and frankly ignorant.